All right, and welcome back. And of course, this is Michael. And hey, you know, this might be the second broadcast of the day. If you were listening earlier to Policy and Rights, I was talking a little bit about what is going on with our politicians and how it actually is affecting us. And we need to examine that closely and in our political figures. Making sure that we're getting what we need. All right, so on to the Influencers Club, which you're listening to right now. This is more about helping you become more influential so that you have more of an effect on our world. Along with that comes building a business. And okay, so today is learn and use the experts, right? And some of that actually means going out there and getting professionally done things. I see a lot of content and everything that's built out there, and it's built using the camera phones and in really cool electronics. Don't get me wrong. It's like I love the fact that I have an iPhone that shoots really clean video and everything when I actually need it to do so. I also love it for the fact that I can actually broadcast this and every other show that I do remotely, without the use of my whole entire studio that's actually here in front of me right now, including the professional mics, soundboards, and professional links to actually get this show out there and heard. I love all that stuff. I also love the fact that if I'm doing something remotely, if I'm on location, I can actually use my iPhone app to actually do so. It's pretty cool. You know, there's a link there that actually goes to a live broadcast, which I can get to any FM station, and it comes across pretty okay. All right. With that being said, the line of professionalism when you're actually reaching out to the public, and especially you're trying to get new clients in, you really should be reaching out and getting professional products done. Hire a real videographer who's going to sit down with you and plan things out. Don't go to the film school and like, oh yeah, I'll get somebody that knows how to turn on a camera to come and shoot my corporate video. That's generally not the bestest of ideas. What I am going to tell you is if you're looking for a professional, look for a professional that's going to sit down and they're going to help you script it out, lay it out, figure out the shot angles and everything. And it's going to take it's actually going to take maybe a couple weeks just to get a series of videos actually even started, because it's got to start with the strategy, and you have to figure out what it is that you want to say, how you want to say it, what it's going to look like. Rather it should be shot in a studio, rather it should be shot on a location, maybe a little bit of both with some B-roll and your shot in an actual studio. What that studio is going to look like. Because, hey, not all professional studios are equal. There are some out there that what they did was they just converted maybe some office space and they slapped up some lights and everything, and it's going to be very one directional. And it might actually show up in that video, or in comparison to like the studio that we have at Kinetics Media, who is actually one of our sponsors to this particular show. That it is actually sits in a warehouse that has a multitude of different lighting situations because of lighting being very high up in the ceiling, and because that green screen is 20 foot by 20 foot, that and multitude of different lighting situations, it's actually a real live movie studio. It is meant to be cinema quality. So, hey, things to consider. Okay, so I also use that particular studio because of how the vaultness of the ceilings and everything. I like using it for photo shoots when I need a studio because, hey, I can flood the place with light and put whoever it is I'm photographing on, like I said, a cloud of light, and put many different types of backgrounds to them, make them very interchangeable and everything else, so that we can make it adjust to your corporate colors, things like that. So that student is probably not going to have access to resources like that. I'm not putting the student down. What I'm telling you is, when you sit down and you figure out what your tools are going to look like, that you need to actually budget appropriately so that you get the right ones, especially for a really big public outreach. This is a way you may want to go with this. There's other levels of video that, hey, they stay a little more inner circle. These people have already worked with you for a while. It's like then you can start scaling back on some of the tools. You may not want to go all the way with the big budget items and scale back to a medium or low budget item, because these people already know what you're about. They know that you're going to produce quality for them. So just some things to think about as we go out for the weekend. Speaking of weekends, there's going to be a lot of really cool art events and things like that, if you're especially here in Vancouver, where I'm actually kind of broadcasting from. So get out there and check some stuff out. Do some stuff with your family. See what's in your area for events and fun stuff to do. And hey, you worked hard all this week and you built lots of really cool stuff within your business, helping clients and everything. Go have some fun. So I will talk to you later, and we're going to get back to Destiny with Emma.